Bimgar was a small village in India. Fields of sunflowers surrounded it. The villagers were simple folk, and they believed in old tales. One such tale was about the abandoned school. It stood at the edge of the village, hidden by overgrown neem trees.
The children, they are trapped there, you know, doomed to repeat the same day, forever.
Villagers whispered about ghostly children. They said the children were trapped there, reliving the same haunting moments endlessly. Riya was a girl of 13, known for her courage. She had a reputation for never backing down from a challenge, no matter how daunting it seemed. During Navratri, her friends dared her to go to the haunted school. It was a place whispered about in hushed tones, a place no one dared to enter. It was 2:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. The sun was blazing, but the schoolyard seemed unnaturally quiet, as if time itself had paused. The sun was high, but as Riya approached the school, a shiver ran down her spine. The building loomed ahead, its broken windows like hollow eyes staring back at her.
Okay, I can do this. I've faced worse, haven't I? It's just an old building, right? Just bricks and wood, nothing more.
The gates were rusty, their once vibrant paint now peeling away to reveal the corroded metal beneath. The air was still, heavy with an eerie silence that seemed to press down on her shoulders. She pushed the gates open, and they groaned like they hadn't been touched in years. The sound echoed, breaking the oppressive silence for just a moment. Riya stepped onto the grounds and felt a cold hand grip her heart. The air seemed colder here, as if the sun's warmth couldn't reach this place. She wanted to turn back, but her friends were watching. Their laughter and cheers felt distant, almost unreal. Taking a deep breath, she walked toward the school building. Each step felt heavier than the last, as if the ground itself was trying to hold her back. The schoolhouse was quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your skin crawl, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. Riya peeked inside a classroom, her heart pounding in her chest. Dust lay thick on the benches, untouched for years, but something was strange, almost deliberate, as if time had stopped mid-motion. There was writing on the blackboard, fresh and clear, as if the teacher had just stepped out moments ago. Open notebooks lay on some desks, their pages yellowed but undisturbed, as though waiting for their owners to return. And a half-eaten lunch sat on a bench, its decay frozen in time. It was eerie, unsettling, like a snapshot of a forgotten moment.
This doesn't make any sense. How could everything look so recent yet so ancient? How is this even possible? It felt like stepping into a dream, or a nightmare.
Riya walked down the hallway, her footsteps echoing in the oppressive silence. Each room was the same, frozen in time, as if the world had simply stopped turning here. She wondered, who were these children? Their faces stared back at her from faded photographs, haunting and silent. What had happened to them? Why had they left so suddenly, leaving everything behind? The silence was broken only by the sound of her own breath, visible in the cold, stale air. She wished she had never taken the dare. The weight of the place pressed down on her, heavy and suffocating. Suddenly a bell rang, shattering the silence like a scream in the void. Loud and clear it echoed through the empty school, reverberating off the walls like a haunting melody. Riya froze, her heart pounding in her ears. It was 7 p.m. School was over, the hallways should have been silent, but they weren't. But who rang the bell? The thought sent a chill down her spine.
No, this can't be happening. Her voice trembled, barely audible over the echoing bell.
From the end of the hallway, ghostly figures emerged, their forms flickering like shadows caught in a storm. Children in faded uniforms, their faces pale and sad, moved in a slow, deliberate line. They walked past Riya, their eyes empty, as if staring into a void only they could see. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out. Her throat felt like it was locked in fear.
"You shouldn't be here," he hissed, his voice like the scrape of nails on a chalkboard. "Now you will never leave." The words hung in the air, heavy with finality.
Then she saw him, the schoolmaster. His presence was suffocating, like the air had turned to stone. Tall and gaunt, with a stern face that seemed carved from shadows, he exuded an aura of menace. He glared at Riya, his voice chilling. Riya's blood ran cold, her legs trembling as if they might give way. She turned to run, but the children surrounded her, their eyes glowing with an eerie light, their whispers growing louder.
"Stay with us! Stay forever!" The words echoed, each syllable dripping with despair.
Forever and ever. The voices overlapped, a haunting chorus that seemed to come from everywhere.
Riya looked in a dusty mirror on the wall, her breath fogging the glass. Her reflection wasn't her own. It stared back at her, unblinking, with a sadness that pierced her soul. It was the sad face of a schoolgirl in a faded uniform, her eyes pleading silently. The next morning, the villagers found the school gone, vanished without a trace, as if it had never existed. Some said it was the wind, a storm that swept it away in the dead of night. Others whispered about the curse, their voices hushed, afraid to speak too loudly, but only Riya knew the truth that would haunt her forever. The haunted school of Bimgar was real, its story etched into the shadows of the village, and now she was a part of its chilling tale, a tale that would never end.